I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Okay. I think. I never know what to say in the beginning.
Me neither. Hi, guys.
Hello, friends.
We are back.
And in a new space.
Right.
Do y'all see this? It's so cute in here.
I know it's so different from our usual setup, but it's really cute.
Yeah.
I think we did our big one.
We got some parenting books, some flake.
Some flakes?
Some flakes. Some fake succulents, a camel.
We got flakes and a camel.
Wait, that's like an edible over this?
No.
I just
No.
high off life?
This is us every
this is
time.
literally every time.
So I'm not even surprised that it happened.
I don't even smoke. Like, I literally don't be high. I haven't smoked in a very long time.
I hit the L like once, and then I'm like, I'm cool. That's what I did earlier. Maybe that's what it was.
Yes, you know, if I get high, I'm gonna go to sleep.
Anyway, we have a nice candle. Sorry.
Everybody got matcha besides me.
Oh, shit. Sorry. Next time we'll bring you a matcha. Do you even like matcha?
Yeah, I love matcha.
Really?
Yeah, I'm matcha boy. Matcha
know
nigga.
that.
Matcha nigga.
Well.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. She sips her matcha.
Yeah, it's just like nothing over here. No water, matcha, no heat.
Just cold and thirsty.
I'm sorry. We don't always treat our guests like this, guys. It just happens to be.
I don't even know because I never been on a show before. My first time.
Better, Johnny.
My fault.
Can't even. Well, this show about to be empty.
Oh yeah, we do have a little audience, by the way.
Yeah, we got Widow over there. And Alexis.
Yes. Shout out to the audience.
Yes.
Why y'all twins? Why y'all say up?
I don't know. We do a lot of things at the same time.
A lot, and that's cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, obviously today we have a special guest.
We didn't even introduce ourselves.
I forgot to do that. Don't we always forget to introduce ourselves every time.
Every time I think y'all about to introduce me, y'all like I'm sitting here like, thank y'all. No matcha, no heat, no guest. No introduction. Like,
He's just there. Like we got a brand new setup and we're just here with
for the first 20 minutes, just crop me off.
I'm Janni.
And I'm Rach.
And this is
a Young Wolf podcast.
Yes. And today we have a special guest.
Hi.
Hello. What's going on?
Finally.
What's going on, y'all? Yeah, finally. I'm Q. I'm Romeo's dad.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Anything else? Social security number?
Right.
Oh yeah, no, like, you know, I made half of this podcast happen, I guess.
Oh, okay, that's one way to put it.
I guess. I was like, wait, what? I was like, what did he do?
What did he do? I cannot.
Yeah, made her a mother. So, yeah, I'm Q. I'm a father, Romeo's father, and I'm a videographer and photographer, and I help run the reservoir where we're at right now. And
So do I.
These are my friends, Rachel and Johnny, and they have me on as a guest today, and I'm not sure what I'm doing yet, and I'm kind of a little bit nervous, but yeah, we're about to do this.
Don't be scared. You're fine.
Yeah,
you'll be fine.
Definitely. Sweating.
You're sweating?
I'm sweating.
Are you
like,
really?
No, like nervous sweats. No,
Okay.
actually. Not yet. Too cold.
Yeah.
Not enough matcha.
Bruh.
We'll bring you the matcha next time, I promise you.
Appreciate
I
it.
think he's mad about the matcha.
I know.
Okay, well today we're gonna be asking Quentin, some questions about his and Johnny's co-parenting experience and raising Romeo as co-parents.
Take it away.
Take it away.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Romeo's 4, going on 5.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And we've pretty much been co-parenting for
The whole thing.
like
almost.
the entire thing.
Yeah.
So that must have been very interesting, bringing a baby into the world and you guys are like, not together at that time. Were you guys like raising him together at a certain extent?
So for me, I feel like we've always been raising him together.
Right.
Obviously, like me and her aren't in a relationship, but it was never really about us. I
Right.
mean, I feel like you can agree with me on that.
Yeah.
It's like it wasn't really about us. It's always just been about Romeo. So we just tried to do our best do our best by him, honestly. Like
Right.
to just raise to raise him as good as we can.
Yeah.
I think I like remember distinctly like you were always saying like I'm always gonna be there for my son. Like that was something that you always said like
Yeah, no matter.
yeah from the jump.
I don't even think like the relationship doesn't really matter. Like, you know, I guess it's cool because like what you and Keenan have, y'all can kind of balance that like within the household. But with us, it's like when Romeo's with you, he's like 100% with you. You know, despite being at school, like when he's at home, like, you know, you're his mother and that's it. And then I'm away. And when he's with me, it's just me.
Yeah.
So it is kind of like, it can be a little bit frustrating or even like overwhelming not having that extra support. But then also like I was able to find that support with like family members or even like Alexis, like even her family helps me sometimes just be able to like
sweet.
balance that workload. Cause you know, what everybody knows this, but like with a child, it takes a village.
Always.
So like I always just am able to depend on other people, even though like we don't have that relationship anymore. We still have that rapport to like, we know that we care about Romeo and we love him. So like we just want to provide for him no matter what. And I felt like that helped us get over that curve of like, or even like that hill of like, oh yeah, like we could be frustrated with each other and we may not like each other right now or whatever. And there might be frustrations from the past relationship, but caring for a child kind of help us like get over that. Cause it's like, yo, we're adults now, not only adults, but we're parents and it's bigger than us.
Yeah.
And no matter what, like type of relationship that we have, we still have to provide for this child. And I don't know, that I feel like that kind of helped me heal and to kind of just help me get over myself. Like, yo, this shit's way bigger than me.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. I think fuck, I was gonna say something I completely forgot. Shit.
It's okay.
This is gonna
Went on
happen
a
a lot,
tangent.
by the way.
Yeah, it's all good.
Oh, I wanted to talk about like what the arrangement looks like, I guess, because to anyone who's like, you know,
Curious.
yeah,
All right, so at first, before school, it was literally, what, 1 week on, 1 week off?
yeah,
So Sunday to Sunday, I believe it was.
yeah,
He would be with Janni first, and then the next week he would be with me. And as soon as he started going to school, so he's in school now Monday to Thursday. So Thursday night he's coming over to my house, and you know we just spend that uneducated non-school time with me. And then during the week, Monday through Thursday, he's with his mom, Janni, right there. So like, I don't know, like I feel like it's still pretty 50-50.
In a way, yeah.
Like it still was. So we never had to like go to court or anything or like get any type of like mandated court dates or like holidays. We kind of just keep track ourselves
yeah,
so that, you know, because for me, like I never wanted to take Romeo away from her. Like it was never like that. I grew up in a 2-parent household. So did you. So I knew how important it was to have both parents in a relationship. Like being a child, I never wanted to take that away from him. So like we kind of just keep tracking like, all right, if you had him last Christmas, I'll have him this Christmas. Like,
Do you think as he got older, did he start understanding the arrangement more?
yeah, I really don't think that he's exactly used to this, but he's a child, so like it's just his life, you know.
Right.
Like this is all that he knows, so you know, since it's his life, he just kind of that's his normal.
yeah.
So he does still see like what Callie has, what Zara. Well, actually, Zara doesn't have that, which is another case. I feel like.
Zara is Romeo's cousin who also lives at his house.
Yeah. So,
And they're the same age, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
she's-
within 6 months. So
She's 2 months older.
yeah, and he understands that there's two different households, but he also understands that there is like households that do have 2-parent homes, and he definitely like articulates that like when, especially around bedtime. I know you know this. Any type of like high emotion situation, like high stress situation, it's always. I mean, with me, it's always I miss mommy. I want mom, and I'm just like, damn, bro. Like,
And I'm sure you get the I
makes me
miss
wanna
daddy.
cry.
Oh,
yeah.
So sad.
yeah.
And it does suck, but it's just like we don't have that relationship
I'm
right
crying.
now.
You're
And, like,
fine.
Damn. Well, yeah, I just feel like he kind of like recognizes
okay.
that.
This makes me so emotional.
It's okay. I kind of thought that this was going to happen at some point. It's okay.
I cry in everyone.
No, literally, crying is normal for us. Like, we literally cry multiple times in every
Oh,
episode.
because it's like,
know.
I just feel
I mean,
so
yeah.
bad sometimes.
Yeah, like bro, believe me, I had my times. Like I sit at their crib, like when he finally falls asleep, like after some of the things he says, like him missing mom, I'm just like, damn, bro, like, cause I had that, so I couldn't imagine not having that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it is just like his life, and obviously, like, I'm in a relationship with Alexis. I don't feel like I'm never going to recant on that, but, like, it does suck that I'm not able to give that to him. And I kind of do feel like that's why I kind of, like, try to give more to him a lot of times, because I know that
He's lacking in other ways.
yeah, like, and this, not that I can make up for that, but I'll be damned if I don't
be
try.
trying, yeah.
Like, bro, Christmas, birthdays, just any type of day, and he's spoiled. Like, I know it, but like, the fact that I know that I'm lacking in an area that I will not ever be able to like replace or give that to him, like, you know, he kind of just gives. I kind of just give it like all to him. Like, he can just have whatever. Like, I feel like everybody kind of knows he's spoiled, but like, he deserves it. He's an awesome kid.
Yeah.
And honestly, like, out of any child I know, like, he handles the situation so well. Like, the fact that he just is able to, like I said, articulate and be emotionally intelligent, kind of understand. Like, he has his moments. He's 4 years old. He's a toddler. Like,
Yeah.
he has his
He's
moments.
still figuring it out, you know?
He screams and yells, and he has a moment like, damn, bro, please
Yeah, I
chill.
know.
But like,
How can you blame them though? You know, like, we're all still figuring it out. You know, we're 26 years old, still like having those moments of like
just
a lot of emotion, and they come out in ways
emotions.
that you can't really always control. And like, you can't blame a kid for doing the same thing. You know, like we're
Exactly.
also doing the same thing.
They're learning while we're trying to learn.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
It's a whole cycle that keeps
I couldn't
going.
imagine being 4 years old and like literally not knowing the words to describe how I'm feeling. That's
Yeah.
probably so frustrating.
Callie has the same issues too. She gets so caught up in trying to tell me things, and I just feel bad. I'm like, you
Yeah.
don't know what to tell me, but I know you're sad about something. You know?
But you know, as he's getting older, he's definitely being able to articulate more.
So much more.
Yeah.
Like last week we had the whole conversation about him saying like he missed you whenever, but there was a whole nother one. I actually don't even think I told you this. There was one night recently that Romeo was like, I want to call daddy like right before bed. So I called Q and they're on the phone, and he's like, all right, I have to go. And you know, Romeo starts crying, and Q goes, and then he's like crying to me, and he's like, I miss daddy. And I was like, I know, buddy. Like, you know, sometimes like we just miss people. Like, that's normal. But whenever we see them again, it just makes those moments even more special, you know? And I was like, you have those moments a lot. And he was like, but why do I always have to miss somebody?
Yeah, that sucks.
Oh,
And I'm like,
baby.
I
Yeah.
cried.
Yeah.
I did right in front of him. My sister
Yeah.
like kind of helped me like talk to him, but I was like,
Yeah.
it's just like, I don't know. Obviously, I think going into parenthood, we don't all wish to be like we're not single parents, you know, like we co-parent. So it's not like the job is just mine or just
Yeah,
yours.
neither
Right.
of us is
But-
born.
It's balanced.
Again, that like lack of something that like could bring comfort to
Right.
like your child. Like knowing that he's missing someone all the time, like that's sad.
Yeah. But I feel like it's like, you know, like you said, he's 4. I feel like as he
Yeah.
gets older, he's going to
Yeah.
have a way better understanding of the situation. And one of our Instagram friends, Lisette, she left a comment on one of our TikTok videos recently, and she was saying how her son actually had the same situation growing up, and he always wondered why it was the way it was. And she said that she told him that he gets double the love this way, you know.
Yeah,
It's
you get
like
two
he has
households
daddies
full of
and
love.
mommies, you know, and you know, I feel like that could be a good way also to explain as he gets older, you know, it's like you have double the everything now, you know, and all that love is still there.
I
Yeah.
feel like as long as we like both show up 100%, you know, can't really do any wrong. You know, like I said, the situation is what it is. So as long as we just both love him and are like consistently loving him and just doing our best for him, he's not really missing out on anything. You know,
Right.
I'm not going, you're not going. So, you know,
You
the
both
fact
still
that
show up.
yeah, and like he still has full access to me. I always tell him like every time he gets in the car, I'll tell him, say, yo, if you really miss me, just have mommy call me. Cause like I'm not going. Like I'm still a father. Like Monday through Thursday when he's not there, I'm not a father.
Right.
Like I'm still thinking about him, getting him stuff.
Right.
Like, you know, be in the corner of the room, bro, where his teddy bears are, like, you know, tidying that shit up like he would, just cause like I know he would want that. Like it's not like, all right, damn, money comes around and I can just turn off father mode. Like, no, I'm still a dad.
Right.
Still thinking about him, still wanting to provide for him. You know, I still want the best for him, like 100% of the time, 7 days a week, not the 3.5, 4 days that I have him.
Yeah, yeah. And speaking of, I mean, I had a question written down, like, how has fatherhood changed you?
Damn. So I just feel like it showed me like patience. I feel like that's the one thing that a child will always show you is how to be patient, how to be grateful. Like I'm so grateful. Like nothing's ever happened to him. He's hasn't had any like serious illnesses. Like I'm just definitely grateful for his health. It's definitely showing me grace, just how to just be patient and just learn. He taught me how to love, and I feel like he teaches me more than I teach him right now. Cause kids like, I don't know what it is about Romeo. He's just so like loving and caring, and I feel like most of the time I'm learning from him. Like, damn, bro, you just do so much you don't even know. Like, I don't know where he gets it from. Like, I love to say that he gets it from me, but like, it's just like he just is such a great person. I feel like he's teaching me that. And just to be patient and just to be a lover and to be a provider, you know, I feel like there can never really be a bad day, because it's like at the end of the day, look, my son's healthy, he's happy,
right?
You know, he's warm, he's got a nice coat, he's got shoes, like
right, exactly,
full belly. Like, I'm just very grateful for my life and for his as well.
Me and Janni talked about it the last episode, how parenthood makes us very aware of ourselves as individuals as well. It's like, you know, like you said, like, the children are really teaching us more than we're teaching them sometimes. Like, I mean, we were able to discover a lot of things about ourselves through motherhood. And yeah, it is something to be really grateful for sure.
Like, spending so much time with somebody that hasn't had like the pressure of the world built up against them. Like, you know, we're 25, 26 years old. You know, we've gone through a lot of shit, and kids haven't. So they're like very like free spirited. And like spending that much time with somebody that's just very open and just them, like it kind of like taught me like just to kind of not give a fuck, because kids don't give a fuck. Romeo doesn't give a fuck. He's him. Like, he does a little dance with the hips, and he's just so awesome. You know, he thinks he's handsome, and I mean, he is handsome, but he's just so cute, and he's just so him. And I feel like, you know, he's taught me to just love myself as much as he loves himself, and like I said, just to love and just show patience and be kind, and just be the best that I can be, like, especially as a father, because like, you know, my dad told me, like, his dad told him to always give like your child more than what you had. So like, that's like kind of my mindset going into like my relationship with Rome, and like me trying to provide for him is just to give him more. So like, I never can really have a day off, and it's not even like I have to, like, I choose to, because I just want to give him the world. So yeah, like,
that's beautiful.
He kind of just put like belt to ass when he came into my life. It was belt to ass. Like, I'm just ready to go.
Yeah. Honestly, I wanted to go back to something that you said, and you're talking about how he like brings out, I guess, the best in you. But like, our kids are the best version of us, if you think about it. They're the purest version of like our best our best selves, I guess.
Yeah.
And so like, we're constantly seeing that, and I think that's really important when it comes to like, you know, self-love and just like appreciating yourself for who you are. Like, look at your kid, bro. That's you. That's your mini me.
Yeah,
it's your best friend.
Yeah,
they're literally absorbing everything that you are and everything that's around them. So it's like, that is a product of the environment that you're creating.
Right.
It's definitely like the greatest compliment ever when people are like, you and your son are just so much alike, because like, he's the greatest person in the world.
Yeah.
And I think like so highly of him. So like, when people tell me that like I'm like him, or like we're like each other, I'm like, damn, bro, y'all really must like see me like in a very like just good way, because he's fucking awesome. Like, super confident, super kind for the most part. Like I said, he's 4 years old, so he's definitely tests those waters.
And he hits hard.
Yeah, he's definitely heavy-handed. I cannot wait to get him in sports, because he's gonna be on that football field knocking kids out. But he's just like Janni said, best version of me. So the fact that people see him in me is just like, yo, like, I must be doing all right. Like, I feel like a lot of people compliment Romeo, even like the way that he acts, and you know, him just being kind and like respectful and helpful. Like, bro always trying to help me. Like, he's never made a bed in his life. You don't know how to make a bed. Daddy, can I help you? Like, you trying to help me put on my shoes and my socks? He's never tied a shoe. Like, what are you trying to help me? Like, why are you trying to help me like put a shoe on? Like, thank you. I
think it's also because maybe he wants to like be you in a sense.
Yeah.
You know, he wants to do everything that you're doing.
That's true too. Like,
Yeah.
that's the shit that make me want to like damn near like child. This is like, bro, like the fact that he idolizes me, and like we had a child young, so I didn't really feel like I was an adult at all. Like, bro, first job, shitty job, fucking Cedarbrook.
Wait, you were like 20, right?
Yeah, like 20.
20
like,
when Romeo was...
damn near 19, bro. Like,
when
was
Romeo
that
was
Simple
born.
Greek?
Simple Greek,
Chipotle.
Simple Greek,
I
Chipotle,
was
dead
working
end
at
jobs.
Chipotle.
Like,
Yeah.
fucking, it's just insane, and like I just wasn't prepared at all. I had to like grow up quick. What the fuck was I just talking about?
That's literally us.
Roll back the tape.
You're talking. Oh fuck.
Off his characteristics, but he is very intuitive. Yeah, and then you also were saying how you had him very young.
I can go off that. Like, I had him very young, and it forced me to grow up fast. Growing up fast really wasn't hard for him. Like, I just feel like he just gives me so much like energy, like just so much like willpower to just want to do better. Like, I definitely have my days where like I'm down, and I'll go like scroll through my pictures. I'm like, damn, I can't be down. Like, look at him. Like, bro, smiling every pic, just happy kid, healthy kid. Like, I got so much to live for. So it's like, it's never really like a hard battle to be able to like want to provide for him and just do better for myself to be able to do better for him. So like, I don't know, just shout out Rome, man. He's definitely like my.
Is that loud as hell?
Person downstairs using a fucking compressor at whatever.
Let's just
time.
wait I was like, wait a sec.
Is that is it like automatic or is it like somebody using?
I have no idea.
Crazy.
Have you ever been down there? Like, do you know what it looks like?
Yeah, it looks like this, but 5 times as big.
What were we saying?
You don't want to just pop open another question? How many questions did I write down?
Sure.
I had like a few.
Yeah.
You're obviously a man. I think you're a man.
I think you're a man.
Like, what is it like to be like specifically like a boy dad?
All right, so my sister has a baby, Zara, and because I'm in the house with her all the time, I kind of have to like be a father to her. And she's a woman. Like, I mean, she's not a woman; she's a girl, but she's gonna be a woman one day. And women are very like gentle. And you have to be gentle and caring and very just like you have to baby them a little bit more. And they're very definitely like emotional. Like, all right, so Romeo very rough. Zara's like, she'll fall, she'll stub her toe. Like, she gets embarrassed very fast. Like, she's very, very emotional at a very young age. Where Romeo is kind of just like, you got to be on guard. Definitely like around the crotch area because he's like at that height. But like, he's just rough and very physical. And his like right now he's 4 years old, so his physical body, like, bro, how tall is he? Like 50 inches, 52 inches?
He's tall.
He's a big
he's like
boy.
50? No, that's like 4 foot too.
No,
Then he like 40.
not me saying more than that.
Damn.
I don't do math.
That's like damn near your height, but like. Yeah, so you just definitely have to be like, just a little bit more physical with him. Like, he's definitely like physically demanding and high as fuck energy. Don't take naps sometimes. Will stay up till like I don't even know when. Like, sometimes I fall asleep before him. Like, he's just like super like energetic.
I wish I could do that.
Bro, cause I ain't gonna lie.
Shit.
I ain't gonna,
What's that
put
like?
him in toys. Put that tablet up where he can't reach it, and like I just go to sleep. Like, bro, just do not get out of bed, cause I'll feel him get out of bed. Like if he does,
Right.
Cause I don't want him to get into anything. Like,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
sometimes
of course.
I'm just so tired. But I just feel like it's physically demanding, but also because like he's not as intellectual as women are when they're first born. Like, they definitely develop way faster. You just have to teach him that and still be gentle and still try to teach him like about emotions. But for some reason he just took an inclination to that.
Yeah, I think something that I do a lot with him is like I don't let him like express like frustration or like anger without like an explanation. So like he'll do it and I'll be like, all right. I'm like
Why?
what do you feel? Like why do you feel this? And trying to understand it so that he can understand it so that he's able to then at some point, and we've seen it several times, like explain what he's feeling and like what's frustrating him or what's upsetting him or what he thinks isn't fair. He says stuff isn't fair all the time. He's like, that's not fair. I'm like, okay, so why?
And with a child, like I feel like it can be the simplest things too, because he had a fit like 2 days ago. He had a fit because he couldn't get the straw in the juice box.
Yeah.
And like he really like had a fit, and he was starting to get like disrespectful, yelling and screaming and kicking. And I was just like, yo, like please, like calm down. Like, what do you feel? He's just like, Dad, like I'm frustrated. I'm like, wait, what the fuck? Like, when did you learn that word? Like, damn. I do allow him to like kind of just be a boy and to take out that frustration, but also it's just like there's got to be a balance. Like, I know he's 4 years old, so he's gonna do it. But I want to teach him while he's young to be able to, like you said, articulate his feelings and know that having feelings are okay. I don't want him to be like some kind of like macho man that thinks he has to hold everything in, because
Yeah, that's toxic at some point.
it's toxic, like literally toxic, like stress levels in him. Like, bro, he could actually like, that could harm him in the long run, like mentally. So
Even
like
physically.
physically too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want him to be able to articulate that and be okay with that and be able to cope, or at least like seek guidance, or be able to like confide in me.
Yeah.
I'm not like one of those fathers who's like, nah, bro, you can't have emotions. Like, no, you can't cry. I definitely ask him not to cry sometimes, because sometimes he'll cry as like a physical outlet instead of like talking. Like, I want him to talk and communicate. So I ask him like, oh, Romeo, there's no reason to cry. Just talk to me. Yeah, I just don't want to be one of those fathers. And I really don't think I am, because my father wasn't like that with me. He definitely allowed me to like be emotional. And I think that's one of the more important things to do as a father, is to tap into the emotional side, because bro, being a guy and being a man can be so like brutal sometimes, that you just have to like put on this facade to be like so tough socially, like, you can't cry, you can't feel pain, you can't do this, can't do that. Like, nah, bro, like, do that. And I especially want Romeo to be able to do that. I feel like those type of people are just like way easier to deal with, and like more just intellectual, like, and honestly like less dangerous. Like, I can imagine like there's men that like get into fights all the time, or men that like abuse women because they don't know how to like handle frustration, they don't know how to communicate, they don't know how to they don't know how to express themselves. And I'm not having that for my son. I definitely didn't do that myself. So like my father has for me, like, he has high expectations for me. He's always had higher expectations than he's had for himself, and I have the same like ideology with Romeo. I have high expectations of him. Like, when he grows up, I want him to be able to talk. I want him to be able to articulate himself. I want him to be more than just some brutal man. I want him to be able to be emotional.
Yeah.
That's so great, honestly.
Yeah.
I'll try.
I love that, because you see it firsthand how a lot of men are brought up to be these manly, macho men who don't have any feelings and can't express their emotions, or else they're labeled a girl or that too, But it's like, okay, like what makes you're being labeled a girl? What? Because you're just being emotional, just because you want to express yourself and your feelings? Like, no, it doesn't really.
No, at the same time, like, that's what he has a mom for. So definitely gotta like put the fear of God in him sometimes, So definitely
well,
that
I was like, you're definitely way more rough with him than I am.
Yeah, but that's
like
just,
also kind of expected.
He is still a boy, and life is definitely a little different for him. And there is gonna be those macho men that he has to deal with, like going into school, middle school, high school. There's gonna be people that try and like fight him, or like don't like him just for who he is, and it's like, I gotta prepare him for both. Like, if you want a girlfriend or a boyfriend, whatever he, decides to go with, you gotta be able to be emotional with that person. You gotta be able to be vulnerable with that person. So
even in friendships.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Building like real, true like connections, because like a lot of people out here have trouble finding real friends.
Yeah. They don't know how to be vulnerable. They don't know how to like talk about stuff and not take stuff to heart and figure out their emotions. Like, but if I have a problem with like anybody, we could talk about it, and if we agree to disagree, then we can part ways. But it never has to be anything like, we don't have to fall off in a bad way. We don't have to like burn 80 bridges. And I feel like that's what a lot of people do, because they don't have the emotional like spectrum, like emotional intelligence, to be able to even like come to any type of terms.
But it's okay to disagree.
Exactly. Like, bro, I've got people that I have very, very different opinions about, but we can still be friends. It's just about the type of friendship that we have, the type of relationship that we
Respect,
have.
like,
bro, like, all right, cool. Like, I don't agree with you there, but we can be friends here. That's cool. We can agree with that here.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, I also do have to prepare him for kind of a cold world, because this world can be cold. This world can be crushing, and there definitely is a lot of pressure. Not only is he a man, but he's also like a black man. So like, there's a lot of preparation.
He's black and Hispanic.
Yeah, so
he's
like,
a minority.
It's like the two things not to be in America that he is. So
sad.
And I do have to prepare him for that, but also being intellectual matters. He can't just be tough, because tough people, like, the fact that you just can't communicate, like, how are you going to make any relations like that?
Yeah.
Right. He'll be able to speak up for himself, and like be himself. And, like, I think it's good to teach them too, like, be yourself, and whoever really doesn't like it, then they're not for you.
Just,
You know,
whatever.
like,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Can I just say I'm really proud of us, because like I think we bring up a child that's going to one day like contribute to society, you know, like
Nah, he
we're not
definitely
like
is.
babying him and like, oh, he's just a baby. Like, nah, bro, this is a full grown person.
I
Yeah.
feel like again, Alexa was just telling me that I never really used like baby language on him. We were never like, I feel like we never did that. It was always just like,
I tell people that all
you're a
the time.
person. He's a person.
Yeah.
Right.
Like as soon as he started to talk, as soon as he started to eat real food, like, bro, you're like me. Like
Yeah.
let's just talk about this,
Right.
because I don't want him to grow up too fast, bro. I always see him and like damn, he's already growing up too fast. But like
It's so bittersweet.
it's also like necessary. Like I do want him to be prepared for this world, and I want the world to be prepared for him, because like he's coming, man. Like he's gonna be great. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just treat him as such. Like I just hold him to a high standard, and I feel like sometimes that's a little like rough on him, but you know, I pressure makes diamonds. So
Yeah, and you know, to prepare him for the future, like sometimes it's just what you have to do.
yeah,
Especially in today's world, shit's scary out here.
no,
Yeah.
it definitely is.
Yeah. So I think it's kind of nice that he gets like, you know, the best of both worlds, like the really soft side, but also like here's like the tough part of it. Like,
Yeah, bro.
you know,
Still,
you need
bro,
balance.
4
Yeah,
years
yeah.
old, 4 years old, still hug him, kiss him, sits
Right,
on
of
my lap.
course.
Like I mean, that's my baby boy, but that's also my little man at the same time. And I feel like it's that balance that it's gonna help make him into like the most perfect person, just like the best person possible.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, our kids will never be perfect. Like, as much as, you know, we try our best, like,
sure.
you know, we're not the only things in their life that is going to have an impact on them. So
Right.
this is all about them, to be honest. Like, yes, we have our own lives going on at the same time, but like, this is a big part of our lives.
Yeah.
What you just said about like we're not the only thing that's gonna affect him is like a big part of why I do allow him to be so vulnerable with me. I want him to be a person, like I want to be a person that he can trust. You know, I'm his father first before his friend, but he is my friend. I want him to be able to come to me with like anything, any problem. Like I want to be able to, for him to confide in me and just tell me like
And
about his
trust you.
dated. Yeah. Like I even feel like I don't have that with my parents right now, and I wish I did. Like I wish I was able to confide in my family more. So I want to be that safe space for him, and I feel like that's gonna help him kind of not be affected so much from the outside world. If he can come back to me and be like, yo, dad, like my friend was trying to get me to do this or do that, like, all right, look, I'm not gonna lie, like when he wants to drink, maybe like when he's 20 years old, I'll let him have a drink, because like I'll give him a safe place to do it. Like when he
Right.
wants to start smoking at like probably like, bro, I started smoking at what, like probably 16, started drinking at probably like 15. And I was definitely in places where I should have not been. I was in fucking
Tell me about it.
Temple basements in
Jeez,
Diamond
no,
Street.
literally.
Literally got roofied at a party. Like, that could have been like,
Jeez.
bro, you never know. It could have been my last day. But like, I feel like me giving him a safe space to be able to grow and ask questions without it automatically just being penalized is just like gonna help him grow up in a safe space. Like, I'll give him the room to be able to grow, like to test things out, to try things. Like, I'm not gonna penalize him for asking questions, bro. This is a very questionable world. Like, you know, there's a lot of outside shit that he's gonna have to deal with, and I want him to be able to be like, yo, dad, like I'm kind of looking for advice. I don't know where to go, what to do. Like, this shit seems kind of like scary, and I want him to be able to come back to me instead of, you know, maybe going to like one of his friends that's like a bad influence and being like, yo, man, let's go and try this like Molly or something.
Yeah.
Like, or just like some weird shit, something that can be dangerous. I just want him to be able to have a safe space with me.
Yeah. I guess something we can all agree on is that we always want to be like their home, like where they can always come back to, always fall back on, like, you know, never feel like they're a burden or feel like they're not heard. Like,
Yeah.
just giving them a place where, again, they could just be themselves and like not feel shame and like not feel judged.
Yeah.
Like, I want him to tell me everything. I'm like,
Right.
don't not tell me everything. And like,
Right.
you know, that relationship starts now, like that building that trust and that respect
these
and
are
like
like
all
the-
that stuff.
Yeah, this is the foundation
Yeah.
for sure.
Like, I'm very open with Romeo. Whenever I'm like, I've said this before, but like when I'm frustrated or like I'm mad or like I'm tired or whatever, I'm like coming to him, I'm like, bro, I need you to listen, because like it's too much right now, and like I just need you to understand where I'm coming from, so like maybe we can help each other out, you know, building that open communication
Right.
yeah.
starting now,
It's
you
like
know,
building blocks, literally.
because at the end of the day, like I think sometimes our parents make themselves seem as though like they're up here and we're down here. Like, nah, bro, we're all human beings experiencing this all at the same time.
Literally.
This is what kind of helped me have grace with, like, and this is just generally speaking, like, with everybody, like, with my parents, my mom, my dad. I'm like, sometimes, like, I'm so hard on them because they kind of are, like, idols to me, and I'm just thinking, like, I'll look up to them, so I'm thinking, like, they have everything figured out, but they don't. And, like, one of my, like, ideologies is, like, it's everybody's first time living. So nobody really knows what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
Like, me and my parents, we on the plane at the same time. Learning this shit at the same time. Like, bro, my mom was, 20-something when she had me. I'm 20-something now. Like, bro, you gonna tell me at 25 she knew what the fuck was going on? She probably knew the same amount of shit that I am.
Right.
She has no fucking clue. And, like, for me to be that hard on her was kind of crazy because, like, now being in the same boat, I'm like, wait.
It is hard out here.
Like,
Like, wait a
like,
minute.
oh, maybe she was right a little bit. Like, maybe the shit was actually a little bit difficult, and I was stressing her the fuck out for no reason. Maybe I should have had the fucking meat taken out of the freezer by the time she got home from work. Now I know why she's so pissed off. Yeah,
right.
like,
Yeah, like
Take the edge off.
maybe I should have just sit down and did my homework. Like, all right, I get it. Like, she
and
doesn't
not
need
yell
any more.
before bed.
Yeah, like, maybe I definitely could have been easier on her. So it's like the fact that, like, you know, I just think that way now kind of helps me. And I kind of want Romeo to understand that too. Like, bro, I'm learning at the same time as you. And that's why I kind of, like, take it like we're eye to eye. Like what you said, we're eye to eye, bro. Like, of course, I got 20 years on him. So, yeah, I do know a little bit more, but not a whole lot.
Yeah,
Like, honestly, not a whole lot.
clearly, because like in the beginning you said like he's constantly teaching you.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly. I'm like, bro, what? Man.
Like, we're all in this together.
Literally.
It's so fun. It's like a teammate.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. But I feel like I learn from everybody every day. Definitely don't underestimate who you can learn from. Bro, I learn from Romeo. I learn from people that are older than me, younger than me, people that have more than me, people that have less than me. Like, just never underestimate what people, like, can offer you, man. Because there's a lot of people that have, like, a lot of wisdom, even though it might not look like that from the outside. Just, like, never judge a book by its cover because you absolutely never know.
Yeah.
That's very true. Are there any obstacles you felt as though you had to overcome through the co-parenting experience?
All right, give me a second.
You're fine. Take your time.
Yeah.
I feel like co-parenting kind of was not that difficult other than, like, what we talked about previously, having, like, explained that with Romeo. But I think co-parenting with a girlfriend is definitely a little bit difficult to, like, kind of set that boundary. Like, because you're my main connection to Romeo. So I always have to kind of be available to you, which can be, like, problematic with Alexis. So, like, that definitely setting that boundary and having, like, a line not to cross, it was a difficulty I feel like I still deal with now. But as long as, like, lines are never crossed and there's always that mutual respect between, like, you and Alexis and me and you, and that conversations are literally, like, always about Romeo, then, I mean, that's kind of, like, the only difficulty I feel like I've really had, because the relationship been ended and kind of we realized, like, that's not really coming back. So as long as there's always that respect between the three parties, that, you know, everybody just cares about Romeo. I'm sure, like, by now you kind of understand that Alexis cares about Romeo, and that she has positive intent when it comes to Romeo. Then I feel like everything's cool. But other than that, like, that, I would say, like, that's probably the only thing, is that having a partner and then having a baby with someone else that isn't your partner is obviously, like, a little bit difficult.
Yeah.
Of course.
I was gonna say we were gonna have Alexis on the podcast today, but she's just watching right now. But I did want to say something during that episode about how much, like, I genuinely appreciate that, like, to have someone, like, in Romeo's life who cares about him. Like, I'm looking at her while I'm doing this, by the way, because it's just like I'm not gonna cry this time because it makes me want to cry. But to me, as someone who, you know, is single and doesn't have someone in my life like Q does, I can appreciate that he's still able to see love in his life. And that's something that I really appreciate, like, genuinely, because I can't provide that right now. You know, like, he just sees me with myself, and he's never really seen me with a man. Like, the one time that he did, he fucking hated him. So he did not like him. I really appreciate that, being on this side of things where, like, you know, I'm I'm not bitter. That's like, I'm not weird. I'm not, you know, any of the stuff that like a lot of people in like the baby dad, baby mom community deal with. Like you see all the bullshit online, and like I'm so grateful like I don't have that arrangement, you know, because that shit is harmful to everybody involved, and most of all the kid.
Yeah, especially
Yeah.
the kid.
Yep.
So I really appreciate that, honestly.
Yeah, big shout out to both of y'all, because I know that's just not easy, because obviously we have a relationship, and it's not easy to see, like, obviously at the time we had a whole baby together, so obviously at one point or another, like, we loved each other, we dated each other, we had like a relationship with each other. So just to like kind of just realize that this is bigger than us, this is bigger than the relationship that we had, this is bigger than you and Alexis kind of bumping heads, like, y'all all
Which
understand.
we've never done.
Yeah, but y'all all understand that it's just about Romeo.
Yeah.
And of course, like, Alexis doesn't really have anything to do with Romeo. Like, you know, obviously you're not his mom, but the fact that you still are able to show him love as if he's your own is like, you know, something just so incredible, and I can never thank you enough for that. It's like big shout out to like you and your whole family,
cry.
bro. Like, bro,
I'm about to cry
I
over
wanted
here.
to say it was New Year's Eve. I don't know if you remember, but I had actually brought it up to you from just from the outside perspective. I think we were both pretty lit though, like being honest. And we went.
Yeah, alcohol is like the true serum.
No,
man.
literally, we went to the bathroom together, and we were like coming back out, and I was just, I forgot how we got on the topic of Romeo, but I was just like, I just have to say, like, from the outside perspective, seeing everything, I think it's beautiful how much like you guys are able to really do your thing and just like be there and like be right. Fuck. Should I keep going? Should I stop?
Just talk loud. Talk really
We
loud.
can talk louder or lean forward.
Like hello.
Yeah, that hears you.
Maybe.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's. I feel so weird doing that.
No, 'cause you, like, cut it off.
So.
I just appreciate like y'all being able to just respect each other and respect that any relationship that I have is still gonna like protect Romeo, and Romeo comes first.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
It definitely takes a lot of strength to be able to do that. And like you said, you know, you see all this stuff online and everything, and a lot of people don't have it like that.
Yeah.
You know, like it's a lot. It can be a lot worse. Like people,
Yeah.
a lot of people struggle doing the whole co-parenting thing, and like, you know, struggle maybe even like getting into relationships, and like, you know, they have their own kid, or maybe their significant other might have a kid, you don't know what their situation's like. It can be all over the place, but I think, you know, it's very beautiful to see what you guys have.
I literally like
created.
get asked all the time. They're like, bro, you're about to have Alexis and Janni in the same place. I'm like, bro, that shit has little to do with me. Like, they both respect Romeo and they respect each other. And even if like y'all didn't like each other, there's just a certain level of respect that y'all have to just not make a conflict about something, like about anything, because it would just make everything harder for Romeo.
Yeah.
It would make I would have to make choices, like I would have to choose you over her, and like, no, now I can have his mother in his life and someone who cares about him dearly, as if like damn near like just a second like woman to look up to, like.
Right.
So, you know, just appreciate y'all both being able to do that.
Yeah.
Let me ask y'all some questions.
If you want.
I'm like, if you
Yeah,
want.
I feel like
wait.
I feel like I can clutch up, come up with some stuff to say.
Okay.
So you had Callie at what age?
23.
Yeah, 23.
Yeah.
Like, what kind of pressure does that like entail? Like, obviously we don't have houses yet. We don't have like, we're not made people yet. We're not 100,000-aires or millionaires or even close to like what, you know, God kind of has designed for our lives. Like, what kind of pressure does that entail, like having a child at a young age before you're able to solely provide for them on your own? Like, we still, I feel like, depend on our parents, at least like with a place to live.
Yeah.
Like, what kind of like pressure does that like put on y'all to be able to like provide and like want more for your children?
Well, for me personally, I think first off, I just want to say, like, I think how you said earlier, I'm very grateful to be able to say that I do have, you know, a home to come home to, and food to eat every day, and a bed for Callie to sleep in, even though she sleeps with me. She doesn't have her own bed yet. Clean clothes to put on her every day. She's bathed every day. You know what I mean? It's like maybe I don't have everything to the point that I want it for my life, but my baby is healthy and clean and fed, and so am I, and I'm very, very grateful for all of that. So, you know, as far as it goes with like, you know, the pressure of still being at home, like with my parents and having a 3-year-old and being in a relationship, and, you know, Keenan and I still live with my parents, and it can definitely be stressful. You know, it's like we're at a point in our lives where, you know, we're not 22 anymore.
Not kids.
You know, we're not kids anymore. So I'm definitely, as I get older, I'm feeling like the need to really just want to be on my own and do my own thing and have my own. And, you know, having Callie, it really does push me every day to work a lot harder and work on myself too, because seeing her every day makes me want to just go harder, truly. Like, that's really all I can say. Like, I want to give her the fucking world. Like, I want to give her everything. I want her to have her own room with all of her toys and her own bed and a beautiful setup and everything. I literally envision it in my head like every day. Like, I think about these things every day. And you know, I want a really nice house. It doesn't have to be a big fucking house. It could just be a little house. Like, I just want like a little something my own little like family. You know, like that's what I envision all the time. And I know that one day I'll get there. And you know, I'm still working for everything that I want, and Keenan is as well. This is probably discussions we have every day of our lives. You know, like what's the plan? What's the next steps? Like, you know, what's next? And it's constantly that until we get to that point, you know? Yeah. So the pressure's there, but I try to stay calm in the stressful situations because, you know, working on myself and trying to push harder for myself while raising a toddler can be very overwhelming sometimes.
Yeah. Sure.
Because, you know, it's like you have like the tantrums every day and like, you know, she's just not understanding things. And
yeah, definitely.
It teaches me a lot about myself, about patience and about how I need to be aware of how I act around her and how I treat her even when I'm stressed out. So, yeah, that's definitely something I think about a lot.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's a lot. I agree with everything that you just said. Mm-hmm. I think I said this before, like the pressure of the future, that's just like the future is not certain right now. So everything kind of depends on what you're doing right now in this moment and how you carry yourself in this moment, how you fall back down and pick yourself back up. Like, you know, with a kid, that's only something that's like kind of pulling you up more. You know what I mean? It's not the thing that's pushing you down. I think sometimes it can feel that way, you know, when your parenthood gets in the way of like what you desire and what you want. Like, you know, like sometimes you can't do everything. Sometimes you have to take more time out of your day to do something else that's not involving you, even though you're like, I need to do this for my future. It's like, but this is right now. Your kid needs you right now in this moment. Yeah. And so having time to like not focus on what's next and just be like, this is in front of me and I have to cherish what's right in front of me. And, you know, that involves preparing for the future, but the future completely depends on what's happening right now in this moment. So, like, again, talking to your kid like they're an adult, you know, presenting yourself to a weight, and then we're like, they can like talk to you, like all that stuff. That is the future. That's the future's right now. Fuck, my throat is so dry.
Right now.
The future's right now. No, literally, but the future's happening right now in front of us. Yeah. So that pressure, you don't gotta. I mean, it's there, but.
Yeah, I think I sometimes forget that there are a lot of people probably in our situation, you know, a lot of people are still living with their parents. Like, I feel like it's hard because social media kind of masks that in a way, and it can be very hard to like not compare yourself to what you're seeing online every day when you're scrolling through your phone, and you know, everybody's on their own timeline. You know, you'll get there, you'll have your turn. I always remind myself that, you know. But yeah, I think, you know, we all want a lot for ourselves for sure, and we always have, even before kids. I mean, we saw each other become parents, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, we were all friends first, doing dumb shit every day.
Literally. I've known Q since 7th, 8th grade.
Bro, fucking cafeteria B or
literally.
whatever. Fucking pictures with Snapchat filters of her head. Yeah.
You remember that picture?
Yeah.
I still have it, actually.
Yeah, that shit's crazy. Known each other for a long time.
Yeah.
Now she's like a mom.
Yeah,
Bro,
and you're a dad.
Bro, I'm her child's fucking godfather.
No, literally.
Like, yeah, it's insane.
It's really insane because it's
Yeah.
like, who would have fucking thought
Yeah.
we'd be here? But here we are. and it's really cool.
Yeah.
Actually,
I'm honestly, I think we mentioned this a lot in our episodes, but I'm very grateful for like our group of people that we have. You know, I think a lot of people who have friends, when they have kids, a lot of them friends like kind of just disappear out of their lives. You know, like they make promises that they never keep, or they say they're gonna do this and they never do, and then it's like, you know, they don't check in, and like, you know, everyone has their own shit going on, so you can't be necessarily upset about that. But you know, some people don't have that friendship and don't have those like relationships in their life, and I'm just very grateful that we have that, you know. Our friends
like,
are our kids' uncles and aunts, like, you know what I mean, like
titis.
I feel like, you know, we actually chose, like, a lot of people like friends and they call each other like family, bro, brother, whatever, sis. Like, we actually made that for ourselves. Like, my boy Leek is Romeo's godfather, and like
Uncle Leek,
he shows up for him so hard, bro.
Same with Callie.
I know that Leek would do anything for both of these kids. Like,
he literally treats them as if they're his blood niece and nephew, and I think it's so beautiful.
Me and Leek share no blood, but like, that's my brother, and like, I trust him. Like, if God forbid, if I were to, like, you know, leave this earth, and I know that leaving Romeo, like, in Leek's hands, he would be fine. Like, he would be perfectly fine. So I feel like
I truly believe
just having, you know, that type of like family, or like that type of just group, like village behind you, is just super, super important. I'm very thankful for that. So thank you, Leek. Thank you, Keenan, bro. Like, bro, all of my friends, even like I had Romeo at Kurt's house today, and like, bro was just like, I'm pretty sure Kurt probably got baby fever now, bro, because he was like showing him around, like, having Romeo,
Uncle Kurt, that's what I call
him. Bro, for real. That's why I had Romeo call him Uncle Kurt, but had him watering plants, showed him like his pet cat, and just was showing him like all around the crib, and like, bro, having people that you trust that like aren't actually family but like feel like blood, and like damn near our blood, like that's so fucking important, man. Very thankful for that.
So thankful.
It's so beautiful to see.
I know.
We're just thankful for everything in this episode.
Always.
I love that.
Yeah.
As you should be.
It's a lot to be thankful about when you have a kid. Like, it can be the most basic shit. Like, the fact that Romeo's at home safe and sound right now, probably warm in his bed, like, thankful for that.
Sleep.
Just sleep. Getting ready for school tomorrow.
Bro, healthy, smart, like, damn, this shit just give you so much to be thankful for.
Honestly. Yeah, it's something that I feel like sometimes like we might take for granted sometimes, like when we're just having a bad day or something, but I always try to remind myself that truly, you know, it's a blessing. It's really a blessing.
The beauty in the struggle.
Literally. Yeah. Literally always.
Yeah, he might not be happy all the time, but he's never missed a meal. He's smiled every single day of his life.
Yep.
He's warm when it's cold outside. Like, that shit is so just important and nothing to take for granted. So
yeah,
definitely appreciate the small things.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to kind of touch base, I guess, on your life and how you think that is affecting Romeo. You know, like being a photographer, traveling, you know, like he doesn't have a normal life per se, and it's only going to get crazier, to be honest.
Yeah, so for right now, because he's a baby, he's 4 years old, well, toddler, it's definitely a little harder on him because he can't come everywhere with me yet. But like I said, I do have a village at home that doesn't replace his father. Like, I'm the only father that he has. So I know that can definitely be stressful for him, or frustrating, as he likes to say, which he's definitely, like, it's a very accurate term for what he's feeling. But, I mean, I kind of wouldn't switch it up for the world, because at the end of the day, I know that I'm, like, working so hard and, like, traveling and just working and editing and long nights is for him to be able to provide for him. But when we do spend time together, it just makes that time that much more valuable, and I feel like that really helps me to not take it for granted, like, every second I have with him, because I don't know, like, when the next job's going to be, and, you know, life is only getting better, the career's only getting better, so I'm going to start going on tours soon, and I'm probably going to be away for longer, and it's just going to help me kind of value the time with him. But I do know, like, it definitely affects him negatively, but when I am around, it means that much more to him. Like, I'd rather not be some bum-ass dad that's always there physically, but I'm not able to provide anything for him. Like, I'm saving up to be able to, like, get him a home and be able to, like, get him schooling and be able to like do things for him, actually like provide for him and not just depend on my parents forever, you know. So in the future, like he might not understand now, and there's a lot of stuff that he doesn't understand because he is very young, and you know he's 4 years old. He doesn't understand a bill. He doesn't understand that groceries cost money. Like he doesn't understand that yet. So there's definitely a disconnect there, but he will start to understand that. And as soon as he's old enough, like I'm talking like 6, 7, like he's gonna be out there with me working, because he already like Johnny bought him a camera. My grandma bought him another camera for Christmas, and like he already like kind of takes inclination to like what I'm doing. Like he already takes a liking to what I'm doing. Like both of his parents. Yeah.
Romeo loves my singing. He told me that I'm his favorite singer, and when we're in the car listening to music, he asked me to change it to me.
Oh yeah, that's see.
And he sings. He sings like he started to know the words.
That's. I feel like he's gonna look up to us more for what we do, because we didn't just like quit and take the easy way. Like we still are able to provide for him, and he has everything he needs, but we're gonna be fucking cool, awesome parents that also were able to provide for him and didn't sit down and take like some random, you know, dead end job. Like I'm still there for him. I see him like all the time, so like I don't think like I'm an absentee father or anything like that, which is good. But I do wish I could see him more. But it's gonna pay off in a couple of years when I have what I need to be able to provide for him. And you know, we're in a home, and he has his own room, his own bed, and he has things. But most importantly, I'll be able to buy back my time, which is most important. And being able, like, by the time I'm like 30, 35, to be able to spend so much time with him and travel with him and see the world and make memories together. And I think that the time that I'm investing now is going to come back to me like tenfold, and I'll be able to like actually live. And that's what's really important. It's just sacrifice now, because if I don't sacrifice now, I have to sacrifice later. So it's like, what's kind of more important? Let's just get it done now.
Yeah.
Very true.
He definitely is like, I think he like likes what we do, to be honest. He's always trying to take pictures. He's always like, Mommy, take a picture of that. I want to take a picture of that. Can you show me that?
Yeah, he's like a little model.
Yeah,
too.
he's beautiful. And like whenever I'm editing the podcast, like he watches me. He's like, what are you guys talking about? And he's like, he literally like lays on me like this. He's like watching. Like he likes to be involved. Like whenever I'm like packing up my stuff, he rolls up my cords for me.
Oh.
Like he just.
I have more of a statement than a question, I guess, but it's more so that like you guys provide so much more for him than those physical things like the meals and a place to sleep and the love, you know, like you also provide him, like I'm about to cry.
Stop, I'll cry.
Watch it happen, and I think it's so beautiful. Like he's such a like in touch with reality kid.
Yeah.
For 4 years old, you know.
Yeah.
But, like, you guys provide him like with the openness to like have those creative outlets, and like, you know, like he gets the positive reinforcement to those, like the interest to those things, as opposed to like what a lot of us probably heard, you know, like, oh, like you need a backup plan. You guys are like helping water those seeds and like those dreams, you know. Because people are always going to plant doubt, but by the time that he starts to hear those things, it's not going to affect him, you know, because of the positive reinforcement and like the confidence, you know.
We brought that up before.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The security in himself,
Exactly.
you know, to know that
and
like
when I heard him singing, I was like, Romeo, you are such a good singer, and he was like, thank you.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
that's the energy.
Nobody will be able to tell him anything when he's
Right,
older, because
exactly.
he knows he'll be that guy.
Because he is.
He is that guy.
He's always making up songs. He's like, Mommy, did you like that?
I always tell Johnny, I'm like, bro, he's gonna be somebody one day.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He already
He's gonna be doing
is.
something crazy.
Yeah, he's already doing the thing. So we only ever had like 2 guests on here, but something we want to start doing with all our guests is like at the end of the episode, ask them like, what advice would you give a father? And then, because it's like a double thing, what advice would you give to someone in a co-parenting arrangement?
All right. Got you. To my fathers, or soon-to-be fathers, definitely forgive yourselves. I feel like every day I kind of like mess up a little bit with Romeo. Sometimes I'm too hard on him. Sometimes I feel like, you know, we were just talking about being away for work, and like every year I miss his birthday because of a trip that I take to Kentucky. But you kind of got to forgive yourself and kind of like have a short memory. And just know that, you know, you're doing it for a reason. Make sure that you're doing it for a reason first off, but know that you're doing like everything that you're doing for a reason. And take every opportunity as a learning opportunity. So don't be so hard on yourself. Definitely forgive yourself and allow yourself room to learn. I said this before on the podcast, but it's your first time living, and Romeo's my first child, so it's my first time being a dad. So you're gonna make mistakes. This goes just like in life. This is the principle for life, not even for just fatherhood, but definitely just learn from your mistakes and allow yourself to make mistakes. Forgive yourself and just learn from it and just keep pushing. And for people co-parenting, this is easy enough, bro. Keep it about the child. Like, this shit is no longer about you. When you decided to keep that baby and bring him onto this planet, this shit is no longer about you at all. Provide for him or her or them if you had twins. Shit.
Or multiple kids.
Or multiple quintuplets or whatever.
Quintuplets.
Yeah, like, just realize, like, still, like, of course it's your life to live, but, like, you are providing for somebody now, and it is now your duty to, like, make the best of the situation, and just you owe that person. You brought him here. Just own up to it, and just take care of what you have to take care of business, and provide for that person. Like, kids will love you as much as you love them, and 1,000 times more. So just make it about them, and take care of them, and love them, and just make it about them, because they deserve it. No matter who your child is, man, they deserve it. Because, like, I don't know, kids are just so awesome. Like, even, like, more than Romeo, like, fucking Callie is awesome, Zara is awesome. Like, all the kids around me, like, kids are just such, like, beautiful, like, spirits. So they deserve the fucking world. And when you really, like, love them and care for them and just do it the right way and are very, like, authentic about how you love your children, it'll come back to you a million times over. Like I feel like I had to make sacrifices, like, growing up, not being a fucking 20-year-old doing whatever, but, like, being able to, like, be a dad is so much greater than, like, anything I ever could ask for. So make it about the kids.
That's good.
Good job.
Good shit.
Yeah.
Okay, well, do we want to end it there?
Yeah, I guess so. I feel like that's a
Okay.
good place.
Okay, well, thank you guys so much for listening or watching. You can do the next part.
Okay, you can follow us on all of our socials at A Young Love Podcast on Instagram, TikTok,
Lemonade, Threads.
Threads. Thank you, Q, for being our special guest today.
Yeah,
Appreciate
this was a
y'all,
good
all
one.
five. Hope I
Right.
did good.
Right.
Yes.
Thank you, Widow and Lex, for being our audience.
Yes.
We were like sobbing. Like,
And thank you to you guys
Yeah.
for being here. If you're, a co-parent situation, like, no, it can be healthy. There can be good arrangement. Like, you can figure things out. Sometimes things do take time, but again, let it be about your kids, and it'll be smooth sailing for the most part.
Right, yeah. And can I just say I'm very thankful to be both of y'all's really good friends, and to
Appreciate that.
have seen you guys grow up over the years and, like, do your thing, co-parenting Romy, and I think it's been a very beautiful experience to see from the outside perspective. So, yeah. Be there for your friends, guys.
Yes,
Yeah, be real.
for real.
Yeah.
But okay, you can follow us on our I can't speak right now.
I think I already said that.
Brain fart on our own.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were going to say the same thing I said for some
No,
reason.
I guess I'll do it for myself. You can find me on Instagram at Janni Neris.
And my Instagram is Rachel Anastacia.
And I'm Quentin B. Gramman. Bergerman is not my last name. It's Quentin B. Gramman. Not Bergerman. My name is Quentin Williams, but Quentin B. Gramman. Follow my personal.
Yeah.
Appreciate
And book with him.
I was going to say the same thing. Book with him.
Book
Dope
with him.
ass videographer, photographer, fucking Swiss Army knife, man. I do it all. So
Maybe I'll just put some of your things on the screen. Send me some stuff. I'll put it on the video.
Yeah. Good
Perfect.
little promotion.
And book the res at the reservoir.
Here we are.
Yes.
shout out Old Crap is Kurt.
Yeah.
Shout out the Reservoir Philly.
I mean, this might be our new spot, honestly, for when we have guests on here, just to have a little switch up from the room. Mm-hmm. I think I'm really excited to have some guests on here. So
Me too.
maybe next time we'll give them some water or something.
And maybe a little bit
Yeah,
of heat.
I had to take a
Yeah, some heat.
waterfall.
Matcha.
It's not even my own water.
We'll provide matchas and waters and jackets.
And a
you know.
space heater.
Yes.
We should bring a space heater, actually.
It's very cold in here.
It's so cold.
All right. Well,
Thank you, guys. We love
Thanks.
you.
love
Yes.
y'all.
I don't know if I love y'all yet.
Oh.
Now I'm playing. Love y'all. Yes. Good night.
Yeah, good night. It is 1:30 in the
It's
morning.
1:30.
Shout out you, Romeo, for making me a dad, man. Thank you. Made me better. Love you, son.
Oh, so sweet.
That's very nice. All right.
All right.
Adios.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Mwah. We did it.
That was good.
That was really
good.
We did that shit.
So invested the whole time.
All right, time to go put on another layer of deodorant.